Have you ever had that one person who you can tell them anything at any given time and you know that they are there for you? I have a person like that in my life. I always knew she was there for me. I always used to go to her house when I was younger. She would always tell jokes, and she would always have a cookie jar in the kitchen, and she would always sneak me into the kitchen and give me cookies. We would watch TV and do a lot of other things together. I can remember when I was younger that my grandma told my other grandma that lives with us that when I got older, I would be leading her around and telling her who she was. But that wasn't the case. When I turned 5 years old, we moved from Grand Rapids to Manistee. I didn't get to see her much after that, like only a few times a year. She can't remember me anymore, and she went into a time period where she wouldn't eat or drink anything. While this was going on, she was put into the hospital, and she was expected to not last more than 3 days. So, my family and me, my mom, dad, other grandma, and my siblings, we all went down to Grand Rapids to say our goodbyes. It turned out it wasn't the right time to say goodbye. She got a little better, and she got out of the hospital. She returned home to my lovely grandfather, who is there for everything. He would do anything for her. I then went to go see her again. She could barely speak, hear, or do anything. She looked like a pile of bones, barely anything on her. She weighed only 85 pounds. She has back sores and her legs are folded in a position towards each other. She can't move them, she is so fragile. She can't even move from the leg position that she was in. Her back sores were from the bed, and the leg position was from when she was in the hospital. They didn't think she was going to make it long, so they didn't fix it. While we were there, my mom was rubbing her thigh, and as she was doing this, she was falling asleep. Can you imagine having to sit in a bed and not have very many people touch you at all? No sympathy for hours on end. The hospital came to take her for a couple of days so that the people who take care of her 24/7 could take a break. While the paramedic was taking her to the ambulance, she grabbed onto the railings and started saying she didn't want to go, she wanted to stay home. From there, the paramedic had to take her hands off the railings and put them back in her lap. All of my family, me in particular, have a hard time watching all of this because she was always there for us, and now she can't even remember me. My mom said that I should be there for her and see her more often, and that I will regret it if I don't. And I know that's true, but it's so hard, and I usually have to excuse myself. Time can change everything.